Strain injuries have become the most costly health care ailment for office workers. Now, doctors say those injuries are a direct result of the large amount of time that we all spend sitting in front of our computer. And it's time spent sitting and the sitting posture that may be one of the most stressful positions for our backs. Now, many companies are now trying to prevent workplace injuries through a new program called Sit Safe. Joining us this noon hour to talk more about the program and how we can improve our workstations is chiropractor Dr. Daniel Migliarese. So nice to see you. Thanks so much for coming in today.
You're welcome.
Let's talk about the Sit Safe program. What's it all about?
Okay, the Sit Safe program was designed to help workers that are in the sedentary work, that office workers, learn how to position their workstations to reduce the stress they create on their hands, on their shoulders, on their neck, and on their backs.
It's being used at large companies all over North America now, right?
It was started in the United States, and it's being used by Xerox, Boeing, and Air Canada in Canada has started using it now. And personally, I'm using it with Conoco right now to help, in a proactive way, prevent repetitive strain injury.
Okay, and you just went into their business a couple of weeks ago, right? Tell us more about that.
Well, we went through I've been working with them for a few months, but we went through and we checked out all the workstations, and one of the things they're going to be doing is actually changing some of their furniture to make it more suitable, more adjustable, and that's one of the things that they had to do because they had some older furniture and they had to change it. And we're taking a proactive role to prevent injuries for the workers because they actually don't have a big problem yet, but a lot of companies do.
Okay, let's talk about the workstation here. I'm sitting at one of our newsroom computers. How should this be set up for me so that it's friendly to me? Okay,
so first thing, a few of the big points that we want to cover first is the first thing, the monitor is a little low.
Okay.
So, and what we want to do is raise the monitor up so that the first line of writing on the computer is at eye level when you're sitting comfortably.
Oh,
so that should go up probably about 6 inches. We're not going to do that right now. The seat, let's have a look at you. Just sit comfortably there in the chair. So your seat's a little high too, so we want to drop that down a little bit. Just drop it down a couple inches there. Okay, and that should be just maybe just a little higher than that, but right about there, that should be good. So when you're seating comfortably, your knees should be around 90 degrees, and then when you're at the terminal and you're at the keyboard, your elbows should be around 90 degrees. So that terminal is probably, you got to slide in a bit, and then that's actually a little low. Yeah, you want to raise it up a little bit, and that's about right. And if you had supports in the chair, you could raise the supports up so that you can rest your elbows comfortably on them.
Okay.
Right, and also the other key point is make sure your back is right up against the back of the seat. So what you're going to have to do actually is tilt this forward a little bit. And
I'm not sure. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah. And so that when you're sitting, your back is right pushed against the back of the seat and you're comfortable. So those are the key areas, is making sure the terminal, the monitor's at the right height, and that your knees are at 90 and that your elbows at 90 while you're working on the station.
All right. What are some of the stretches that we can do? Stretching is very important during the day, and some people will just sit at their terminal all day and not get up and walk around, but we should take breaks, correct?
Right. So depending on how much you're keying, how many characters per minute you're putting into the keyboard, how hard you're working at the keyboard, some people should break every 15 minutes and some people can break every hour. But somewhere between every 15 minutes and every hour, you should take about a 1-minute break. And during that break, a good stretch for your forearm to help prevent carpal tunnel syndrome is just gently
grabbing like this,
right? Grabbing your hand like that.
You should feel it right in here.
You should feel a little stretch right there.
Okay.
And one of the things you want to do is make sure you're not pulling too hard.
Okay.
And just hold it for a couple seconds, and then repeat it 5 times. And that's a real good stretch for the forearm. And then the back of the arm to help prevent tennis elbow, just by bringing the hand down like that.
Oh, I can really feel it right in here in the forearm,
Yeah, and it's a good stretch for the back of the hand. If you're doing a lot of mousing, this tends to get really tight.
Okay. Any other areas?
Oh, sure, yeah. Another common area of stress buildup while you're sitting a lot is in the neck, in this area right here. So a good one is to just grab your elbow like that, and just gently tilt your head over. Oh. Hold for a couple seconds.
I hope Ian is watching on this because he's been complaining of neck pain right in here from all that typing.
So, and what you want to do with all the stretches is repeat, hold for 2 to 3 seconds, and repeat it 5 times, and then again try to do that every half hour, every hour, and that'll help right throughout the day. So at the end of the day, instead of feeling exhausted, you'll feel a lot better.
Some people don't know what the warning signs are, that they are repetitive strain injuries as a direct result of sitting at your computer terminal. What are some of those warning signs?
Well, early warning signs are stiffness in the neck and shoulders, stiffness in the forearms, and as the problem gets worse, for example, with carpal tunnel syndrome, you may start waking up with tingling in your hands. So if you start waking up with tingling in your hands and it's progressively getting worse, you should definitely have it looked at, because you could be developing carpal tunnel syndrome in your hand.
But the good news about all this is a bit of stretching can prevent it, right?
Stretching and the right position in your seat, it can make a big difference.
Some great advice. Dr. Migliarese, thanks so much for coming in to talk to us today. We appreciate your time.